Hi guys, it's your girl Tease back with another video. So today I was going to jump right into it. This is breastfeeding. We're talking about breastfeeding today, guys. If you didn't already notice in the caption or description of the video, we're definitely talking about breastfeeding today. It's definitely should be a thing that we're talking about, especially for women of color. It's super beneficial for you, not only your baby, but for you as a mom. Breastfeeding has a lot of key benefits, and I think that it's really important. And I breastfed Mason the longest so far, but I am currently still breastfeeding Eli. As y'all know, that he is my baby. And so I'm just going to kind of share with you all my stories and what I feel works, what I feel doesn't work. How struggling with going back to work, separation anxiety and things of that sort. So let's just jump into the video. I would like to talk about first and foremost how important for baby and mom when it comes to bonding, that your baby is learning your face, your smile, your tones, your scent, your body temperature, still getting that soothe from the sound of your heartbeat that they listen to for 9 months. A huge and wonderful, beautiful bonding moment that only you and your baby can share, because you are breastfeeding that child. It's a little different than giving that child a bottle. Not saying dads don't get love, but that breastfeeding hits a little different when, us moms are giving it to our kids better than a bottle. So I just want to get into some of the key benefits of breastfeeding for moms and babies. And one of the things that I think moms don't realize, that when you breastfeed, it not only helps you lose weight faster, post-pregnancy weight, it helps you lose weight much faster. And not only that, it can stop your menstrual, kind of giving your body a break. It's a possibility. I did not experience it with my first two, but I am currently experiencing it with Eli. I thought that was really weird until I looked it up and learned that breastfeeding is one of the key things that can stop your menstrual cycle, kind of your body telling your body that I just had a baby and we don't want no more right now. Yes, because we don't want no more. Thank you. Stop asking. But another benefit is it helps your uterus contract. As you all know, when you have a baby, your uterus grows from like literally the size of like a pear, a fist, or orange, whatever you want to call it, to this huge like watermelon to contain that 6 to 9, 10, 11, 12, 15-pound baby that you're going to push out one day. So it helps your uterus contract back down from this large thing to something much smaller, but you bleed a little less, but it helps speeds up the process, so those 6 weeks don't drag out, and it makes it less painful and gives you more time to bond with your new bundle of joy. So I just want to get into some of the health benefits it has for babies. So with me breastfeeding my daughter for only 3 months, and she decided that she was done. And I was a teen mom, so I was young. I didn't really have a pump. I had one of those manual ones. I was in school. I was just starting high school, so I didn't think like, oh my God, maybe I should have, electronic one. I just was like, okay, we have a wig. Let's just get this little girl some Similac. She's done. So it's like after the summertime, I didn't really understand about certain things and how to maneuver or kind of finesse to keep, the things I know now. I didn't know that back then. But with that being said, I only breastfed her for 3 months, and she literally was the child that had the ear infection. She was the child that was sick. She had the cold. She had this. She had that. She had a lot of things going on. In contrast, Mason was my child that I breastfed for 1.5 years, and I did not introduce him to cow milk immediately. He was on soy milk, and he literally never had an ear infection, never had a cold. Like, I think literally at 4 was probably his first time ever getting the common cold, what we call the common cold. That was the first time he's ever gotten that. And I think that's pretty magnificent to go from a child who was breastfed at a fraction of the amount of time as my second child, and seeing the health differences in things, their mental development. It helps with their mental development. I can say that Mason is far more advanced at his age, and than Janiyah was at her age. With that being said, I do know that there's some things in breast milk that aren't, well, lots of things in breast milk that aren't in regular, Similac or Enfamil or other formulas that we give off naturally, and that's what has a lot to do with the brain development and functions of children who are breastfed. Breast milk also contains antibodies, which is really good in building up antibodies against other infections and illnesses and things. That's also what helps children from getting sick as much as children who are on formula. Let's talk about the amount of money you save breastfeeding. It is free to pump. It is free to pump. Yes. Breast pumps are expensive. But nowadays, 10, 11 years ago when I had my daughter, insurance companies were not giving out pumps for free. They were not charging your insurance for pumps. But now, because breastfeeding is such a crucial and impactful and meaningful thing, insurance companies are paying for not only the little manual squeeze pumps, but they are paying $300, top dollar sometimes, for nice Medela and other kinds of companies. I've literally had all types. Are you willing to pay $35, which I've been in the store recently, and I think the price for a can has literally hit $35 for that kind of big can. But you got to think about how much a baby eats. Eli's eating 9-ounce bottles every couple hours, so on top of food, the boys will take, he can eat. So I can tell you for sure, when I like, it's expensive. And would you rather be doing that? And even if WIC covers it, sometimes it doesn't cover enough, especially for the cans. That's from my own experience, and that's from just hearing other stories. So I definitely can say it is much cheaper. It is much more beneficial and meaningful to just pump. I am not here to talk down, belittle, demean anything in any way. I just think that people don't know until you tell them. So I'm trying to be informative and let people know that it is very much so more important and helpful and, like I keep saying, impactful and beneficial to get out here and understand that breastfeeding our kids really matters and really makes a huge difference. So I'm just here to encourage moms, to tell them, don't be afraid. Everybody's experience is different. Walk your own path, have your own story. What one person went through, another person might not go through. Your baby might never bite you. You might never feel pain, and speaking of pain, let's get into being engorged. Oh my God, it's happened to all of us, especially when you're done breastfeeding and that milk is about to dry up, sis. I know, I understand. I went through it each time, even when I wasn't drying up for good, I went through it. Just say you breastfeed, and like with Mason, I used to pump 80 ounces a day for Mason. So when I went back to work and my schedule kind of switched up, and I had to, and this is before the laws with the making somewhere for, getting off every few hours to pump, or however the laws or the whatever works now. It was something like that where, I don't know, but I wasn't allowed to. So I had to get a manual pump or the car charging part, pour it and put it in my car and literally pump my milk in 15 minutes. I had to do it on my break. We weren't allotted breaks back then, like I said. So I had to kind of do it myself and do it in between, say, hey, I got to go to the bathroom, and try to at least pump for 5 or 10 minutes. And it was really hard. I was working at Home Depot at a time. My job was really demanding. It was super busy, and it just wasn't working. But I made it work, and what I had to end up doing was switching my schedule around for pumping to like morning, afternoon, night. So it was like morning before I went to work or got ready for my day. Afternoon, as in my lunch break at work, I literally had to have my food in the car, heat it up, hurry up and come pump. And then at nighttime, when my day was over, I would pump from one side, feed from the other, then switch. You do want to make sure you are getting an even feed on both sides, because you do not want one boob to be like boom and one to be like boom. It's going to look weird, it's going to look funny, and it's going to be very uncomfortable, especially when it comes to putting on a bra. So it's really important to go on opposite sides. But definitely getting back to work, you want to get your boobs, you want to get your flow on a schedule so you're not uncomfortable at work. And one thing that can help warm, 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 warm. You gotta get in the shower. If you gotta take a hot rag, put it in the microwave. I've taken a shower. And sometimes you just gotta let the water run. Even if you don't want to catch it, you don't want to save it, you don't want to store it. If you just want to relinquish yourself of that pain, get yourself in some heat. Some doctors and nurses say cold. I beg to differ. With all 3 of my children, I did heat, and it works fantastically. So I think, yeah, get your butt in some heat and let them boobs drain. Yeah, that's just because if you try to pump it, it's going to hurt because it's like tugging, sucking on a swollen lip. It just doesn't. Ouch. Doesn't work. As y'all can see, I had to pause my video and get my baby. He was acting a little funky. He's really tired. He's only up because I am up. This is normally our nap time, and he is up because he's trying to figure out where's mommy, why she's not laying with me. Yeah, like I was saying about being engorged, it's definitely not, it's not fun. It's not a good thing, but make sure you get your butt in some heat so you can work out. My recommendations, what people ask all the time, I recommend that moms at least pump for a year. If you can't do a year, 6 months. And when I say pump, I mean breastfeed. When I say breastfeed, I mean pump. Whatever you do, get your baby some breast milk at least 6 months. If you can make it to a year, make it to a year, mom, because it's definitely, it's worth it. I know it seems like a long time, but you gotta understand how quick these babies grow. So a year would not hurt anything. It really would not hurt anything. But I definitely recommend at least 6 months to a year. And I think a lot of doctors would too. They might say, okay, mom, it's good. 2 weeks is fine as long as you did it. As long as they got that first colostrum milk. I definitely recommend. Even though they're saying that, they really like, I wish she would have went longer because it helps everybody out in the long run. Not saying breastfed babies don't go through stuff. Eli has gone through some things. He's contracted a virus. He's been in the hospital. He's, things happen. It's not going to block you from anything happening. That's impossible. But it does reduce the risk of things happening. I want to talk about poop. Just a real short, but funny. Conversation about poop. Babies who are breastfed poop, it's really watery and it's really seedy looking, like kind of like mustard seed-ish. Babies who are breastfed are more likely to poop up their backs, down their legs, in their car seat, in their stroller, in your arms, and keep going and keep going and keep going. Those are the babies who have more so the explosive diapers than the babies who aren't breastfed, because the babies who aren't breastfed have thicker and smellier poop. A baby who is breastfed, that poop smells so sweet and it smells so like not like poop because it's just breast milk. You won't even notice that it happens. It takes like somebody has to point it out, you have to feel it, or turn your baby over and you see it. But more times than not, but it's really watery. It makes kind of like a sound, like a squirting sound, like something's forcing out of something. It's really funny, really nasty, but whatever. You're a mom, you signed up for it, right? And the final subject I want to talk about with breastfeeding is what the things I do to keep my intake up. I had water. It definitely keeps that intake going, flowing, nice and fruitful. But another thing I do is I eat fruits and veggies with high water counts in them, like your melons, like your berries, cucumbers, stuff like that has a lot of water contained in it. So even if you aren't a huge water drinker, get out there and get your apples, your oranges, all that good stuff that has all that water in it, that you make sure you're getting something. And then you're also getting something nutritious. Don't be sitting up there and trying to figure out where your milk at when you're eating Doritos and Cheetos and drinking a whole gallon of Rock Creek and you're trying to figure out, oh, where's my milk? Sis, it's in that bottle. Thank you. But no, seriously, on a serious note, like I said, I do not knock anybody for any decisions. Mama, it is worth it. It is going to work. It is going to be beautiful. It is going to be wonderful. As you can see, this little one wants to start talking and he's going to start getting loud eventually. So I'm going to wrap up this video, and I hope everything that I've told you, moms, dads, moms becoming moms, moms who are first-time moms who are on their 5th child and just have never decided that I wanted to breastfeed. I truly hope that this video helped and encouraged you in some type of way and uplift you and made you feel like that this is going to be a thing and this is going to work for you. Because if I did, then I did my job. thank you for watching this segment, and I hope you'll come back from the next video. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, share, whatever you feel like you got to do. I love you guys for the support so far that I've been getting, just starting out, and the feedback I've been getting. And I will see you in the next video.